All right, I decided on the quote, "In the desert, there's no sign that says thou shalt not eat stones." And despite it being the shortest of the three, I think that it says a lot, and that is why it's my favorite. I think the first interpretation of this quote kind of being that there's not a rule against everything because some things just seem to be common sense. And the second one being that we as a society don't have to stop people from doing things that they wouldn't do anyways. And these seem similar, but the message of either interpretation is one being we don't have to stop people from doing things because it's common sense and they should know better, and the other being we don't have to stop people from doing things because they don't want to do that. And I wanted to see which of these interpretations she meant by that, and she actually tweeted 8 years ago about the proverb. She said, quote, "There are no thou shalt nots about things that no one wants to do anyway. They're about things desirable, at least to some," end quote. And I think with the context of The Handmaid's Tale, and specifically, the rights of women, as normal people with morals, we can kind of live in a bubble. Living in a bubble in that when we see atrocities that are committed in the world, we're always surprised by them. And yet, travesties happen, and things that are considered to be amoral are committed by people pretty frequently. We have laws in place that say that you are not allowed to kill somebody else. And to us, while that might seem like common sense, that law is only there because there are people who would want to kill somebody. I think that is why there is such a need for laws protecting marginalized groups of people, because those groups of people are more susceptible to that harm because more people want to harm them. The events that happen within The Handmaid's Tale seem so dystopian, and yet the ways in which these women are discriminated against are reflective of real life. However, the quote doesn't just say there is no sign that says to not eat stones. The quote is, "In the desert, there is no sign that says thou shalt not eat stones." In the desert, there is no vegetation where nothing grows. So someone who is desperate for survival may resort to eating rocks. In The Handmaid's Tale, there's a lot that June either tolerates or does that might not seem moral to us. But when you are stripped of choice, you do them anyway. You eat the stones.